What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. We have a lot to talk about today. The Yankees, they shoved their old teammate in a locker using illegal bats. We'll talk about that later on. It's only been a few days in the season, and we might already have the catch of the year. Andres Gimenez, he is making the Cleveland Guardians look stupid for trading him away because he literally looks like the next Jeff Kent right now. Roki, he ended up getting a little bit emotional, maybe crying after his Dodgers home debut did not go his way. Now I'm crying because J-Ram, he could be out for a while after he got jammed on a dive into second base. And also, we saw the return of the Mountain, Felix Bautista, his first inning back in over a year. So we'll talk about all of that and more in today's MLB recap. And don't forget that recap is brought to you by SeatGeek. Save yourself 20 bucks off all of your tickets using code Fuzzy. Also, don't forget to put your baseball knowledge to the test on Underdog Fantasy. All you have to do is download it to your phone. They have free pick'em entries almost every single day, courtesy of code Fuzzy, and up to $1,000 in promo cash. You're welcome. I promise you guys, we'll show the Yankees home run derby and them using illegal bats. I put that in air quotes after this game because, not gonna lie, the Pirates-Marlins game was a lot of fun to watch, and I think we saw the catch of the year already. This game ends way differently if the Marlins don't execute a perfect relay to get O'Neal Cruz trying to score from first base, but at least Jack Suwinski gets an RBI double out of it. Miami, they got that run right back, only to have the Pirates steal the lead again with the Joey Bart RBI single in the very next frame. But the Fish got that dog in them. I don't know how that biology works, but after Dane Myers legged out a hustle double, Derek Hill, he smoked a ground rule double the other way to tie it back up. Oh no, the dog might be missing now. Miami throws away the tie. Xavier Edwards, you gotta leave the bag, buddy, because you gotta make sure it doesn't get past you. Otto Lopez, he's perfectly okay with it because he lives for the moment. He reties it 5 seconds later with 2 outs. Unfortunately, though, this Jack Suwinski home run is gonna put to... Oh my. It's been 3 days and we might have the catch of the year already. Griffin Conine, he brings it back to save Anthony Bender. Now he has a chance to walk it off, but Adam Frazier says nope, he clutched up with a perfect throw to home. Free baseball it is. We got extra innings and more trading of runs. Frazier with the go-ahead. Kyle Stowers with the rocket comebacker that Wentz got a glove on, but he couldn't snag it cleanly. Now, speaking of couldn't snag it cleanly, O'Neal, you gotta catch that, buddy. He just flat out dropped it. Now, it wouldn't have really mattered because Dane Myers' third hit of the game would have ended it regardless, but the Marlins, they start 2025 with 2 walk-offs in 3 games. The Yankees scored 282 runs. The Brewers did not score 282 runs. New York had a franchise record of 9 long balls in this game, so to all my Brewers fans out there, I'm going to try and show some stuff, but like... Anyways, Max Fried, he secured his first strikeout as a Yankee, and the former Yankee Nestor Cortez, he ended up getting baptized in his Milwaukee debut. Newcomer Paul Goldschmidt, first pitch home run. Bellinger, 451 feet. I think that's his longest career home run using that brand new bat as well. First pitch home run to Judge, his first of 3 on the day, back to back to back, all from former MVPs, might I add. Nestor, he did get 2 outs in a row, and then Austin Wells, I mean, these guys are just treating their old buddy like a used napkin. Just mean. I thought Nestor was your boy. The Yankees were flexing their brand new, they call it the torpedo bat. They moved the barrel down because they saw that a lot of their hitters were hitting it more towards the label as opposed to the actual barrel. Anthony Volpe is one of those guys. He was one of the worst at finding barrels, so they just moved it down for him. He has 2 home runs already. Judgy, speaking of 2s, his second of the game was a grand slam. He has 9 career grand slams, and I got a question for you guys. You like Jazz? He's using that brand new torpedo bat as well. Judge, the triple dipper. He must have thought that he was at Chili's. He ended up with 14 total bases after just missing his 4th home run later. That's an RBI double to give him 8 RBIs on the day and 14 total bases again, which is crazy. Oswald Peraza, he put the cherry on top with a franchise record 9th home run in a single game. And I'll show this for my Brew Crew fans. Bryce Terang hit a long 2-run home run, so if he adds some power to his game, remember, he's got insane defense and he stole 50 bags. What if he goes like 10 home runs, 15 home runs, 60 stolen bases this year? But yeah, the Yankees, I mean, Nestor Cortez left the stadium early. He did not want to talk to his former media members. People are saying that's not professional. Also, what do you make of these new torpedo bats? They've already been approved by the MLBPA. They've already seen them, and yeah, they look a little bit goofy, but this is why you hire guys from MIT. You pay them to just scour the earth for analytical stuff that can give your team an edge, and changing the bat is giving them an edge. already. I know some of you freaks out there like a good low-scoring pitching duel, so I'll go ahead and stack back-to-back 1-0 ball games, again, back-to-back. Chicago, they almost teamed up for a pretty cool play against Joe Adell, and I'm only showing this because Joe, he had to leave with an apparent hip issue. That guy could not catch a break, but that's why you hang on to guys like Mickey Moniak. Anyways, check out Moncada. The former White Sox said no to the former Angel Matt Theis's bunt attempt. He helped Jose Soriano not once, but also with the stick later. Soriano, by the way, is turning into an ace right before our very own eyes. 7 innings, 5 strikeouts. We know that he throws 98 plus with ease, so his day is done after 7. And the Halos, they got blessed twice in the span of a few minutes. A pass ball allows Jorge Soler to get all the way to third base. Then Moncada hit the contact swing and just let the baseball gods do the rest. Not gonna lie, he looked pretty good getting down the line. He looks really fit. As Jansen, Mr. Kenley Jansen that is, he wrapped up his 448th career save to give Jose Soriano the W. The Angels, they've only scored 2 runs in their first 18 innings, and I just want to give a quick tip of the cap to Jonathan Cannon of the White Sox. He goes 5 innings with 5 strikeouts. I think that he's going to be good. He's also worked on the extension just a little bit, so that's a great sign going forward. Just like that last game was decided by 1 run, again, so is this one. That's because Spencer Schwellenbach and Randy Vasquez, who the Padres got in the Juan Soto trade, they were on a mission. It was like they were on a 1v1 on Rust with radar on. You can enter the Cool Kids Club if you understood that reference. Now, we got a first. Drake Baldwin, he's holding it down while Sean Murphy's trying to get healthy. That's the rookie's first base hit. It didn't amount to anything, but I wanted to show it. San Diego, they turned one of the weirder double plays of the season so far. Michael Harris got jammed with runners on second and third. Everyone had to pause. Jake let it drop. He fires to third for the second out of the inning. Then they get it flipped to second for the double play. And Manny, he had to leave a few moments later with a calf cramp. If you guys have ever had a calf cramp, oh, those are the worst. And this ball right here might have been off a calf. Jake Cronenworth hit one back up the middle, and he came around to score for the game's only run as Old Man Jenkins, Yuli Gurriel, what is he, 98 years old? I keep making old man jokes, but I mean, these guys are still under 40. Yuli, that's an RBI base knock. The former Padre profile just couldn't handle it, as both Schwellenbach and Vasquez went 6 shutouts, so no win or loss for them. Jason Hayward kind of looks like he's moving in slow motion. He's also old, but whatever. Either way, Adrian Morjon, he completes the save as Robert Suarez got the day off. That was a sick frame job from Martin Maldonado. You got to bring back the ABS system. That's a tough call right there. The Padres are a perfect 3-0 to start the year. They're keeping up well with the Dodgers, who are trying to go 5-0 for the first time in 45 years. Jack Flaherty, there he is. He's on the Tigers now, but he won a ring, and he finally got it. Roki's making his home debut. Look at the movement on that two-seam sinker, whatever it is. It's not easy to make Riley Green chase that bad. Then he got into immediate trouble after that. Margot, he had a swinging bunt to make it 1-0. Trey Sweeney, all he had to do was put the controller down and watch pitches sail past him. That is a bases-loaded walk. Roki, he did keep it there. And Freddie, he answered back for the youngster. A good reminder that the offense is so good. Roki, his only priority should be throwing strikes. So that's the second home run of the year for Freddie Freeman. Roki, he didn't get the memo. He kept on throwing balls. He needed like 60 pitches to get 5 outs. He had 4 walks after having 5 walks in his first game. 9 walks in 4 2/3 is never going to work. I mean, unless you're Blake Snell, but even for Blake Snell, it didn't work the last time we saw him. Roki got a little bit emotional in the dugout, but at least that shows that he cares. Maybe he's just missing home. And again, it's a brand new situation, so much pressure on his shoulders. I kind of feel bad for the kid, but again, he's on the Dodgers, and you just got to throw strikes. I mean, look, the game's already tied again. Conforto, he doubled in Andy Pages, and Teoscar, the RBI machine, he literally just stole the lead. A 2-run 2-bagger followed up by a big boy home run off the bat of Will Smith. He bodied that hanging slider. Tommy Tanks, like, how did okay, whatever. That's his 3rd tank of the season already. That is Ohtani's first stolen base of the season, as Freddie laced a double, so Shohei, he can basically crawl home. And the Dodgers do improve to 5-0. The road to 162 started off as a meme, but it's very much still in play. It's not going to happen. But the bullpen for the Dodgers, I just want to mention them. 11 strikeouts, 3 base hits. The rest of the game, they're disgusting as well. Only 2 other teams remain with a chance at 162-0. The Phillies are one of them. We'll talk about the second one right after this game. Keibert Ruiz, he momentarily ruined Jesus Luzardo's Philly debut because he socked his 2nd home run of the year, this time from the right side of the dish. Remember, he's a switch hitter who's batting .570, won his first 2 games, but guess who tied it right back up? The first time I can say this of the year. My friend. Bryson Stott's elbow is looking healthy. Remember, this kid had 32 doubles and 15 home runs back in 2023, and he was really good to start 2024 before he injured that right elbow. Luzardo, man, he was such an unfair addition. That's his 9th strikeout. The slider was working big time. Make it double-digit strikeouts. Dylan Cruz struck out 3 times. Give him 11. 11 in 5 innings. We're talking about strikeouts. It's just nasty work. Lucas Sims was also nasty, but like, bad nasty, like he kind of stunk nasty. Nationals fans had to look away nasty. That's a bases loaded walk to give the Phillies the lead back, and we're going to skip the wild pitch because I feel bad, but there was another run in. Kyle Schwarber, his all-time strength allowed him to muscle out a 3-run home run, and Ahmed, why are we pimping? Look, I love fun. I'm not trying to be the fun police, but you pimped a home run, which is not the best idea when you're facing the Phillies down by 4, and Brandon Marsh shows exactly why. He got that run back and added 2 more on top of it, a 3-run tank. The Phillies won by a zillion, but at least Nathaniel Lowe made it look a little bit closer. He had a 2-run home run, his first as a National, and also an RBI single innings later. Phillies take it 11-6, though. St. Louis is the third and final team left with a chance at 162-0. The Cardinals, they showed up in every aspect of the game of baseball. Arenado, he clutched up, so there's the clutch genes. 2 outs for the game's first run. Yes, Minnesota did tie on a Willie Castro RBI double. He's been really impressive since joining the Twins, but check this out. Lars Nootbaar hit the sprint button to fly in and rob Minnesota of the lead, and the momentum just swung all the way back to the Cardinals. Ivan Herrera, he ripped a 97-mile-per-hour fastball back where it came from. Maybe I was too harsh on the Cardinals, I don't know, but Cardinals fans are probably going to be like, nah, just give it 2 weeks before we fold again. Lars delivered in the box. He saved a few runs with the glove that he's knocking in 2 with the stick. That doesn't show up really on stat lines, but I would love to see a new stat. I don't know how to do code or anything like that, but a stat line where if you have a good defensive play and a lot of RBIs, it shows how many runs you contributed altogether. It probably exists, but I don't know. Eric Fetty, who the Cardinals got last year at the deadline from the White Sox, went 6 on just 2 base hits, 1 run allowed. So this Byron Buxton strikeout does end the game. The Cardinals, Phillies, and the Dodgers are the only teams left without a loss. The next 6 games were all decided by 1 run, so let's do a little fast cast with Fuzzy where we don't miss anything, but we go just a little bit quicker. The Guardians are still in KC facing their division nemesis, and after Nolan Jones, who is yes a Guardian again, he scores on a Bo Naylor RBI single, and the Guardians went up 2-0. It was kind of all downhill for the Guard Dogs. Salvi, that rocket arm hose J-Ram, and then Jose, he jammed his wrist. He could miss some time. Salvi, he added to my misery with a blooper. It's now 2-1 Royals. Not anymore because Steven Kwan hit 14 home runs last year. He's already on the board this year. He's a power hitter now. Salvi, my guy. His second 2-out RBI blooper to ruin my day, and Paul Sewald did not help me either. I need some Tylenol after this game. Michael Garcia, he just kept it fair, barely, and then Paul allowed a guy to get to second before getting relieved, and yeah, LOL Bobby. He cruised into second base with his first RBI extra base hit of the year. Carlos Estevez, that's his first save as a Royal, as they win 4-3. Bombi had a monster game. He said that he was going to hit 50 home runs this year. I don't know if that's going to happen, but he needed a game like this one to get on track. Christian Campbell, the rookie, kind of looked like the morning routine guy on that dive. He just missed an insane grab. Adolis, he gets the 2 RBIs, and Walker was like, he caught it. Oh, wait, no, he didn't. Devers, he finally did something. A bases-loaded walk, and Bregman, he ran into one, but it was straight to Leody Taveras. It's 2-1 Rangers. Now it's 2-2. Christian, he couldn't make the catch, but he did catch a barrel 431 feet for his first career home run. He reminds me a lot of Troy Tulowitzki. That's the comp that I'm going with. At least in terms of like his stance, swing, and everything like that. Adolis, he channeled his inner El Bombi again. 3 RBIs. He's trying to make sure that 50 home run campaign does in fact happen. Leody, man, his speed really took over. He bunted to get on base. He stole second, and that was followed up by a Marcus Semien RBI single, which ended up being huge because Carlos Narvaez, he lined one the other way. It's now a 1-run game, and it just that Devers might be broken. Obviously, I'm being a little bit dramatic. Like, Roki's not a bust, and Devers isn't actually broken, but he's 0 for 12 to start the season as a DH. Chris Martin, the newcomer, he goes 1-2-3. Rangers take 2-3. Another 4-3 ball game, but this one, a walk-off. Deke job, a pump fake, just wait until you see what I mean. Miguel Amaya, he might actually have 500 RBIs this year. Obviously, I'm joking around a little bit, a lot of bit, obviously. That double gives him 7 RBIs on the season. Kyle Tucker, King Tuck, is finally on the board. He knew it too. He tossed that bat like it was nothing. A 2-run shot. Matt Shaw, back-to-back games in the recap where we have rookies hitting their first career home run. Matt Shaw has such an aggressive lay kick and swing that even if he's striking out, he's still really fun to watch. Shota Imanaga, I mean, I'm going to show you a few of his strikeouts. He went 7 innings, just 1 run. His first run allowed this year, 1 run his first 11 innings. He now has a 2.78 career ERA in the big leagues. Ryan Presley and Kroger's Aaron Judge. is at it again, ruining Presley's debut. Eugenio Suarez goes 410 feet to make it a one-run game, his 4th of the year, 3 consecutive games to start 2025 with a ding-dong. Presley, he's in a heap of trouble, more base runners, and Corbin, he's going to load the bases. No chance to get him out. What are you doing? Garrett Hampson, what are you doing? Dansby Swanson hit the pump fake, and Garrett Hampson fell for it. That is a walk-off deep job, a walk-off pump fake as Presley... he gets the save. Ryan Presley's old team is still taking on the Mets, and there's no offense in this series, which is weird because we're talking about the Astros and the Mets. They have a ton of firepower. I really thought Soto got another one. I thought he went to the Crawford boxes. Altuve, he's never catching that baseball. Soto, he's in there with the standing double. Spencer Arrighetti, I call him Spencer Spaghetti. It's probably a terrible nickname, and you guys hate me for it, but Arrighetti rips a 95 fastball past Mark Vientos to avoid any damage. Griffin Conine, he showed up for his new team. He and Spencer combined for nearly 10 shutout frames, and there it goes. Jeremy Pena to the Crawford boxes. That's his... Wait. This is the first extra base hit in general for the Astros this year. The former Astro, Jose Siri, by the way, he got traded after he pimped a home run, and I think the old manager, what was his name, Dusty Baker, he had a problem with it. Yeah, he wreaked some havoc on the bases. He stole a bag, then he got to third on a sac fly, and now he's giving his brand new teammate an RBI. All you have to do is put the ball in play, and with Siri's wheels, that was just a straight-up lollygag throw from Spencer. Lucky for him, he has Yordan Alvarez on his team. The Astros, they took the lead and never looked back as Josh Hader, he grabbed his 2nd save, and I just want to mention, Spencer Arrighetti went 6 innings with 1 base hit and had 5 strikeouts. He's nasty. I might get a little bit crazy and put $1 on Wilmer Flores winning the 2025 And okay, hold up. I got to show Justin Verlander making his San Francisco debut. And let me not get ahead of myself. He strikes out Friedel and Ellie De La Cruz for a clean first inning. His stuff is looking crispy. Back to the future MVP. Obviously, I'm joking again. Some of you guys are super literal. I don't think that Willie Abreu is going to win MVP or Wilmer Flores, but Verlander's got the lead now. Then the grandson of the win, Jung-Hoo Lee, he smoked an RBI to score Elliot Ramos. He missed a lot of time last year with health issues. Same with this guy, Matt McClain, the return of the Mac. McClain, he smokes his first home run in over a year, and later on in the fifth, he scored again, this time on an RBI base knock off the bat of Ellie De La Cruz. So JV's day is done after giving up those 2 runs with 5 strikeouts. Still a pretty good day on the bump. Christian, let's go, CES, we call him Christian Encarnacion Strand. That's a laser beam for a go-ahead solo home run. And then the usual closer, Alexis Diaz, he's still not back, so Emilio Pagan, he got the chance, and he secures the save. One more one-run game, I promise you guys, and then we'll talk about the hit parade that was the Orioles and Blue Jay series. You guys are about to see one of the worst sends I've literally ever seen. Jonathan Aranda laced the ball to left field, and for some reason, the Rays sent Junior home. He was rounding third as the relay came in. I don't know if he missed whatever. He was out by like 15 steps. This next play was ridiculous all the way around. Ezequiel Tovar, he snatches it, throws across his body, and Tolia, he scooped it like one of the more nonchalant scoops I've seen in a while. Fast forward to the third, breakout 2024 star Brenton Doyle. That's his first RBI and base hit of the season. Antonio Sensatella got a lot of help from his defense. There is an outfield assist from Nick Martini, so that keeps it scoreless. Brenton Doyle, he showed why he's going to win multiple Gold Gloves after already winning 2 in a row with 30 DRS in his first few seasons. And another scoop from Tolia. That dude can pick it. Colorado, they tacked on another run in the 7th inning as the Rays, they couldn't do the whole outfield assist thing, but at least they made it somewhat of a fun finish. Kyle Farmer makes it 2-0 Rockies when Taylor Walls cuts the deficit in half. Tampa, they're really threatening. It's just they had to face a guy who throws 100 miles an hour on the sinker, and Tolia corrals another baseball over there at first base. He could win a Gold Glove as well. And yeah, when you throw a 100-mile-an-hour sinker like Seth Halverson, he's going to get a lot of outs this year. He ends the threat. He worked the 9th inning as well for a 4-out save. Seth Halverson, remember that name if you want some closing stats. Lots of home runs in this one. Okay, there was 4, so it's not like the home run derby that we saw for the bearded Yankees. Baltimore got it going with 2 moonshots off the bat of Colton Cowser and Jordan Westburg. Not a great Blue Jays debut for Max Scherzer, but he said he shouldn't have even really started because he had a lot of pain in his side, but he didn't want to really screw over the bullpen. Former O, Anthony Santander, he dropped in an RBI to score Bo Bichette, and the Blue Jays actually tied it on an Alejandro Kirk sac fly. By the way, I didn't know that Alejandro Kirk had some of the best bat speed in all of baseball. In scores Vladdy. Hey, Andres Jimenez, where the F was this, buddy? Where you had like 4 home runs your final 90 games last year, 2 already. The ball was at his corneas, and he somehow swatted it out. Oh, yeah, all right. Mad Max, he settled down. He saved the bullpen a little bit, but he did leave early. Baltimore was happy to see him go. Gary Sanchez lifts an RBI sac fly. Ramon Urias, he has always crushed lefty, so no shock there. He clears the bases, and I forgot to mention that, yeah, the bases were loaded. Mullins, he's trying to reclaim his status as an elite center fielder. 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, and a stolen base through 3 games. Heston, attaboy. The sac fly, I mean, it's so underrated. It saves the batting average, and it gives you an RBI. Jordan Westberg, I mean, I thought that this ball was going to get caught, but he's batting .462 with 3 home runs in his first 3 games. He's on pace to make another All-Star team as the hold up. The Mountain made his debut. He finally returned after a year and a half out of baseball, almost 2 years. It took a few extra pitches, and he stranded a few runners, but he does strike out all 3 not all 3, but all 3 outs were on the strikeout. You know what I'm trying to say. And the final game of the day before the Web Gems. This is how you make up for an error that cost your team a run. Shea has a cannon, so of course he's going to try for the 3rd out, but he hit the red on his throwing meter, just flat out airmailed it. Good thing that he has ridiculously quick hands. How in the world did he hit that baseball out? Maybe it was ambush hitting. He was sitting inside with the PCI just jammed all the way in. Randy, he just missed the catch. The A's go up 3-1 on a Miguel Andujar RBI single, which was matched by Jorge Polanco. Got some big help from a bad pickoff move. Randy, he trotted to third base and then home. Brent Rooker, he's not the fastest guy in the world, but he barely beats out the throw from Jorge Polanco. That little RBI swinging bunt scores Jacob Wilson, and it was kind of pointless because when Mason Miller is feeling himself, he's got the slider working with the 101, 102 fastball. I mean, this is what happens. 3 outs, all on the strikeout, just like Felix Bautista with a little bit of base runners in between. The A's take 2 of 3. They're going to be a tough out all year long. And there you have it, another recap in the books. If you enjoyed, do me a couple favors because they really help out the channel. Leave a comment, leave a like, send it to a friend, subscribe if you're brand new, use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek and Underdog Fantasy. All right, enough plugging. All jokes aside, thank you guys for everything. I really appreciate the support on recaps so far. And that's it. Enjoy the Web Gems, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Hard to third. Gino, what a pick. Strong throw.
There's the 1-1, and that's fired off. It's the line drive and caught by Max Muncy, who steps on.
Rutschman, chopped to first base. Leap by Guerrero. He snags it, lands on the bag for the out.
Liner back toward the corner and left. Morel on the run. Oh, he got it. Morel.
McLean, tough play. Diving smother. What a play. Hit hard. Bush is there. Scrambling to first. He dives.